interruptions. So, hello to whoever just entered. I'm going to be having more Aussie goodness. I got my stove heating up. I guess that person left a like then ran. So I hope that person comes back. So anyway, I'm going to wait for a few more minutes for people to show up. Over that foreignmemory.com substituted for the Aussie maids that were stolen by customs. Those dirty thieves. They must have been hungry. But this is beef stew. And this is mashed potatoes. And it has chives in it, among other ingredients. So I'm using my coffee pot to heat up the water for that, instead of taking the water out of the pan that I'm using to boil this. I'm not using a ration heater. I have some, but I want to save them, so I'll just throw this in some boiling water. And this is the other half of the bread. I've been keeping that in the fridge. I have been keeping the jam and the Vegemite. This says yeast extract, but it's Vegemite. I've been keeping these in the fridge. I took them out a little while ago. And I have the bag of cheese. And I have a can opener to open that. I'm not using the military one because it would take too long. And since I'm doing this live, I don't want to bore you with that. So then I have the other half of the sports drink. I just kept it in a bag, put the rubber band around it, and I'll be using my drinking jar. And instead of the utensil that was provided, I have my foreignmemory.com spork. And speaking of which, hello, Pat, welcome to my live show. I'm waiting for a couple others to any more to show up, and I'm waiting for my water to boil to put my main in. And but anyways, I was saying about the spork, I bought two of these. The one I got in an ammo can gift box that I got last year from Foreign Emery, and it had the spork and 2 rations in it. And the second one that I bought is still in the original wrapper and the little pouch that they sent it in. A ration review, and I had since he had to back off doing ration reviews, but he recently passed away, and it was just sudden. I heard about it from Old Smokey on Saturday, so we lost a good guy, and I was going to send that other spork to him. I was going to send Iowa-made beef jerky to him. I was going to send him some assorted snacks, including but anyways, as I was saying, I was going to send him one of the 3 Foreign Emery snack tins that I got. So I was going to include some of the Polish Panzer waffles for his rabbit. But, well, since he has left this life, I just can't do that. So I ate the beef jerky last night, in his honor. So anyway, I can hear my pot boiling. I hope a few others show up. I'd like to have a little more participation. I didn't announce this. I probably should have, but these off-the-cuff things. I'm going to go ahead and throw this beef stew into my pot, and I will fire up the coffee pot to heat up the water for the mashed potatoes, which I will mix in this pouch. And this is a gusseted pouch, which is really awesome. The companies that do the U.S. MREs, they need to step up their game. So I'll be right back. Now, while that water is heating up in the coffee pot, I'm going to go ahead and mix up the drink. I grabbed my cold water out of the fridge. This thing a mix. This drinking jar I got from my mother many years ago. It looks like a regular mason jar, and you can put the standard mason jar lids on it. It's just not the kind of glass that's suitable for canning. It's strictly for drinking, and I think it's really cool. Don't see too many of those in other videos, so I'll go ahead and put that back there. I'm going to open this bag of cheese. I had seen this bag of cheese online. It usually comes in blue cans that are probably about 3 times the size of this. There. And this is what the cheese looks like. I'm actually going to save this lid, so in case I don't eat it all, I can slap the lid back on it and put it inside this little this snack Ziploc bag to save for later. So I'm going to squeeze the last bit of the jam down to the business end of the tube. Don't have a whole lot of this left. So I'm going to squeeze it on one part of the bread. That'll pretty much finish that off. And I'll keep the Vegemite closed because I'll probably put some of the... Actually, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to split this using the serrated part of the spork, which actually works pretty well. I'm going to put this cheese right here. I'll go and put that there like that. I'm going to go get the hot water for the mashed potatoes and then mix that up. This is what it looks like inside. The green specks are the chives. Instant mashed potatoes thicken up really, really fast. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to seal this up to keep it warm, keep the heat in. And I'm going to go get them in. That should be done. Here is the beef stew. It's just a pan I use to carry the meat over here after taking it out of the boiling water. Now I'm going to open up the mashed potatoes. Make sure I get it all out of there. That didn't quite land where I wanted to, but that's okay. So there is a bit of the chive, that green speck right there. I'm going to go ahead and give a taste of that. No, that's pretty good. It's got some flavor to it. Now I'm going to get the beef stew. Here is beef, couple pieces of potato. There's a green pea. It's quite soft. The potatoes are soft, but not extremely soft. The beef is pretty decent. It's not too soft, but yet it's not too hard. It's not dry. There's also a piece of carrot there, right there next to the pea. The carrots have a little bit of texture to it. They're also quite soft. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of the beef stew, put it on top of the potato. Now that looks like a good bite. Now that tastes good together. Yeah, that's a good combination. I'm gonna take a drink. Now this is the bag of cheese on the bread. Oh, that is really good cheese. I'm going to get a bite of the cheese just by itself. Give you another look at it. It's like a white cheddar. A little warmer, it probably would. but it's still very good cheese. I like it. Now that I've tasted the Bega, I'm going to order some cans in the future. Now, prep for it. I didn't see us sneak in. I was just now checking the chat. You must have said that while I was getting my main or something, so thanks for dropping in. I apologize if you were getting disconnected. I have been getting disconnected at the beginning. And for those that are just joining me or watch this later time and they don't catch it at the beginning, this is my third meal from the Australian CR1M that was packed in 2016. The Australian mains were filched by customs, and foreignmemory.com put 2 US mains in there. But oddly enough, the customs idiots left the beef jerky in there, so I still have that. That will be for my fourth meal. Again, I apologize. I just got disconnected, and this is going to be like this all day. So I split the bread in half, and I have put the last bit of the jam I have on there. The plum jam, a little bit of it escaped, but I am going to put it back on there. Yep, this is really good jam. As I still have this yeast extract, also known as Vegemite. In some places, there's a similar product called Marmite. I don't have anything to compare that with, so I'm assuming that the Marmite is going to be very similar to the Vegemite. And I had been wanting to try this stuff for a long time since I heard about it from a Canadian of all people. So I finally got some, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little squirt on this end of the internet. Really slow. More of the beef stew. I'm going to try something else here. I'm going to take it the cheese. And I'm going to sink it into the mashed potatoes. A little bit of it. Right. Just a little bit of cheese on there. and the Vegemite, to me, go good together. I wish this wasn't so disjointed, but I'm afraid it's going to end up like that. And I do apologize for the substandard quality of this stream, but sometimes the internet wants to get stupid and not work very well. But this will be up for later viewing once I'm done and decide to shut it down. And welcome to that person who just jumped in. Oh, there you go. That's more like it. I hope you all can stay. I hope I can stay on. I've been having frequent disconnects, and I do apologize for that. And what I'm doing is having the mashed potatoes from the Aussie CR1M, the U.S. Maine beef stew. I mixed it together. I have this bag of cheese, and the last bit of the plum jam on the bread. I have the Vegemite or yeast extract. And the last part, the second part of the sports drink that I had from the first meal. And I've mixed some of the potatoes with the beef stew, and that really goes well together. The beef stew has carrots, peas, and potatoes in it. Yeah, it's choppy. I know. I keep seeing the trying to reconnect or try again, something like that, when I get completely booted off. Yeah, that's really annoying. It's not good for me. It's not good for you, the viewers. So I don't know what's up with that. The internet must be really whacked out today. There, I did it again. I do apologize for the potatoes have something that the U.S. mashed potatoes don't. Originally in this, and whoever took it out probably had that for their dinner. Nina did by putting it in a U.S. Mains. They made it a bag full of complete meals, and that's really nice of them to do that. And I think they are now out of them because I bought the last Australian ration that they had. And with what FDA is doing to U.S. ration sellers like Foreign Emery and possibly Emery Mountain and all the others, they're probably having a harder time getting foreign rations in that will not get raided by customs. And that Russian ration that I bought from Emery Mountain did not get raided, so I'm very happy about that. So that Norwegian reindeer stew pouch that I got from them, and the Russian ration, which I filled, stripped, and put in a camping food bag, which I'll review in October at the YouTuber meetup, that still had the original Maine in it. So I will be having all Russian food in that one. The YouTuber meetup is at Lake Miami here in Iowa. It starts October 3rd, goes through the 6th, so it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And hosts are Tack and Brenda from AOK Foraging and Adventures. And although it is mostly for Iowans, anyone can come. So if you contact AOK Foraging and Adventures as the host, they can give you more of the scoop. They can get you directions on how to get here to Lake Miami. And there is firewood available on site. And for those that come from out of state, we have a law that prohibits importing of firewood from outside of Iowa because of the emerald ash borer, which has been decimating ash trees all over the country. And other states have these same restrictions, so there's firewood on site, or you can buy it on the way here to Iowa if you're doing that. And because I will be riding with another person, since I don't drive, I'm just going to buy my firewood on site when I get there. I think we'll set up camp, and probably my driver and I will go back and buy firewood once we empty the vehicle out and get camp set up. Then we can load it up with the firewood and get back to camp. And because it is in early October, it will be cooler. So and should not have to worry about bugs, but I am going to take one of my new head nets that's incorporated into a hat. And if I was going to use my hammock, my bug net would have come with me, but there are not very many trees for hanging, so I'm using my tent. The small one that I got, I think last year, and it packs up really small for a 3-person tent. So I'll be using that, and I told the others that if someone comes and does not have a tent, I can bring my big 5-person tent that I used at the last YouTuber meetup. Again, I like the combination of the Vegemite with this bag of cheese. The cheese is not very salty, not near as salty as the American cheese spread. But the Vegemite, to me, goes good with it. Some others might not like that, but I do. I know for sure I'll be ordering a Vegemite online. And you can use this as a seasoning in addition to a spread. You can put it on, I could have put some on the mashed potatoes, but I've already mixed all the rest of it into the stew. But I could have done that. And I have crackers left over from the first meal. I only ate 2 of them. I have 2 left, but then I got the Russian crackers out of the ration that I'm taking to camp, and I'll use that since I'll be finishing off the bread, and I want to have some additional crackers to put the Vegemite on, as well as putting into the soup, because I will be having the soup. The soup is a pumpkin soup, and I also have the mee goreng noodles. I do not know which flavor it is. Locally, at a store that's owned by some friends, I can get 4 different flavors of the mee goreng noodles. And they are good. They're like ramen, but better. So I have a few of those packs in my emergency food supply. Hey, Will is here. Just in time prepping? Yeah, yeah, there you go. Shepherd's pie. I think there was a Canadian IMP that had shepherd's pie in it, but I don't know what the meat is. So that's why I have never gotten that particular IMP. I don't eat pork, so I avoid rations that have pork in them. And speaking of rations, I separated off my own meals entrees, the ones that I'm going to review from the others. I have 4 different flavors, and I have 3 of each, so no sense in duplicating all of those. So I will eat 1 of each, and the accessory packs, I looked through them all. They're all pretty much identical. The only difference might be in the candy flavors, because there are 2 pieces of candy in each one. And so I stripped 8 of those, and so I left 4 whole. So I will open those when I do those my own meals, and I'll show you what the contents are. Oh, Smitty is in the house. Yeah, vegetable pasta is one that I have. I also have the lasagna, and you see that Alfredo. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tasting those. I've been wanting to try those for a while, but getting hold of the accessory packs that go along with those was very difficult. And then CT came through, and he sent me that box that I opened up in my last video to show you all of those. And those accessory packs even have some of the items that are in the standard US MRE, although different brands. They have the same Lighthouse toilet paper rolls. They have a moist towelette. They put a spoon in it. Wow. I'd like to have more flavors of the My Own Meal, so I will be getting those in the future. Yeah, I looked over. There's sunflower seeds. There's peanuts. There's dried pineapple. There's a box of Honey Nut Cheerios in there. There's Maxwell House coffee. Yep. The beef stew I do not have, but I will get one of those in the future. So it'll be interesting to try those. I looked at the boxes already. They do not come with ration heaters, so I would have to put the entree in boiling water, or put it into a bowl and nuke it in the microwave, which I'd rather not do. And then I'll have the only drink that is supplied in the accessory pack is the coffee, but it comes with creamer and sugar. Yeah, they do look like it, but they're newer production. I'm getting the box. I'm looking for production date. Oh yeah, this is packed in, let's see, June 2018, Best by July 2019. So these are just a hair out of date, but that's okay, I'll still enjoy them. After all, it is only September 2nd. I'll get rid of that box later. But yeah, I'll definitely be enjoying those. Okay, have fun with the kids, Smitty. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, that's why they put 19 on the box, because of the expiration date on the accessory packs. But I got some ideas. I think I can probably do something with those. Yep, I put the lid right back on the cheese can. See, this can opener cuts it from the side instead of around here. So maybe a little sharper on the side, but it doesn't have that rim that makes it harder to get whatever out of the can. And you can put the top back on. And I'll put it in this little snack bag. Gotta love these things. Got it all sealed up. Now this sports drink is not too bad. It's got a little bit of a, I'm not sure what the flavor is. It's like a mixed fruit of some kind. It looks like a peach color, artificial peach color. One other thing that I have that I got along with that at CR1M is this can of Spanish calamari in olive oil, and since I'm doing 4 meals out of the CR1M instead of 3, because I'm sure some of these items would have been eaten by soldiers throughout the day as a snack. and they're really active. I might just go ahead and add this to that last meal that I'm going to do. Yeah, my mount keeps... There we go. It wanted to drop for some reason without me touching it, so sorry about that. Get a little crooked. So I will probably incorporate this with that. There we go. It's not the most stable thing in the world. Oh, oops, I hit, sorry. What I have left also, dang it. There. This Jack Link's beef snack, it's peppered. It is halal marked, so it came from, the beef came from a cow that was slaughtered according to Islamic tradition. I'm surprised this was not nipped by customs. So I have I'm just going to shove the tray back. So the beef snack. I have a tea bag. Unbranded. I have, this is the pumpkin soup. The jam sandwich biscuits. Feels like there's two of them in. There is the mee goreng noodles, and if you've never had the mee goreng noodles, they have not just a powder seasoning packet, they have an oil, like a flavored oil. They have like a soy sauce or some other dark sauce, and then there's usually some other flavoring paste in it, but it's like a ramen, but these actually are they taste better to me. And the chocolate ration, I'm saving until I can get the American version, because I have seen that listed on sites like MRE Mountain and MRE Nation. So I want to save this until I can get a hold of that, and then do a comparison video of the two chocolate rations. And so hopefully I can get notified when one of those sites have these back in stock, the American version that is, and I can get one and do a comparison. And of course, this is the Werther's. I opened it, but I had not eaten one yet, so I'm going to go ahead and open this one. These particular Werther's were made in Germany and then shipped to Australia. It's very hard to open. It's kind of sticky, so I think a little bit of heat got to it. But it looks very much like the Werther's that we know here in the States. It's a hard caramel, but it tastes very much like what I'm used to for Werther's. And they're very good. Once it's been in your mouth a while, you can chew it. I'm going to go ahead and put these other items back in the bag. And I'll go and stick this in there now that I got room. And this bag was in the ration, and use it for storing unused items, or suppose if you pack out your trash when you're done with everything, you can put it in here to pack it out. And of course, I save those bags. As long as they're in good condition, I save it. And if I can reuse a Ziploc bag, I do. So, yep, I think this is going to be it for my lunch. Again, I apologize for the frequent disconnects. The internet is acting stupid today. I don't know what's up with that, but I'm going to go ahead and, well, for the person who just dropped in, I just finished another portion of my Australian CR1M that was rated by customs. I had the beef stew that was an American main, substituted for the lamb stew that was taken out by customs. The other main was taken out by customs, and that one was substituted with a spaghetti with meat sauce from an American ration. And today I had the mashed potatoes, which had chives in it. I ate the rest, the little bit of plum jam I had left, I ate the rest of the bread. I put some of this yeast extract or Vegemite on it. And I put some of this bag of cheese on it. And there's quite a bit left in this can, so I'm going to store this in the fridge since I've opened it. And I'm finishing off the sports drink. I only mixed half of the packet last time, so I mixed the other half today. And I just showed the last few items that I have left, which will be my fourth meal from this ration. So that's how I'm able to get 4 meals, because there's so much stuff in there. But yeah, the CR1M is a great ration. It's got good stuff in it. You know, the nice sturdy spoon, it hadn't anodized. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close this down. And again, I apologize for people getting booted out, signal disconnects, and all that crap. Really annoys me when it happens. So again, thanks for watching, and catch you on the flip side.